Hi guys, I'm Steph. Thank you so much for checking out my channel today. It has been a hot minute since I have been in front of the camera filming, and I'm so excited to be back doing one of my favorite videos, which is a project pan video. Today is going to be the third update for my year-long project pan. This is a rolling style project pan, and I have 10 items in at a time, and my goal this year is just to finish 10 items through this project, and a lot of the items that I'm still working on have been here from the beginning. I definitely picked some long-term goals, so I am still hoping that I'll be able to wrap it up and get most of these finished by the end of the year. That being said, we only have 6 weeks left, so even though I am finishing up some products, I am going to be rolling some in, but they're definitely going to be products that are on their last leg, so I have a hope of finishing them before the end of this project. But let's just go ahead and get into it. In case you didn't check out my second update, that was back in August, so it's been about 3 months since then. So this progress is about 3 months use of work, and I have finished up 4 products. This first one is going to be no surprise. This is the Colourpop Supernova Shadow, and I say this because at the last update I had already taken the stop route. I said it was already drying out. I just wanted to try to get a few more uses out of it if I could. I maybe used it 2 or 3 more times, but the thing is, it was barely used when I first put it in. This was the first update. Second update, I really cleared out a lot of the everything around, even everything in here. It's just coated on the side, but I feel like the center actually does not have that much product in it, and it's just so dry and flaky. You take it off, take it out, the wand out, and it just flakes everywhere. It is just such a complete mess. So definitely do not take the stoppers out of these until you are absolutely cannot get any other product out of the packaging. But I finished this up, so I feel really good about that. The next time I finished up, I don't think will also come as much of a surprise, and that is my Rimmel Lasting Finish 25 Hour with Comfort Serum Foundation, and this is in the shade 100 Ivory. So when I put it in this project, it was all the way up here. I actually introduced this at my first update. So the second update, it was here, and as you can see, it is completely all filled out. I was storing it upside down into a container, trying to get everything to come out. So I don't have a beauty spatula. This is as much as I can get out, but I feel you can see the scrapings. That is done. I feel really good about finishing this off. This is definitely one of the older foundations in my collection, so to be moving this out feels really good. I didn't have any issues with it, even though I'd had it for quite some time, so that was really great. And I have so many foundations to move on to, so I'm happy just to get another one out of the collection. This next product had been in the project since the beginning of the year, and that was the Lip Primer and Plumper. And at the last update, I decided I was no going to longer work on the primer, so this really has not moved since the last update, just because I found that it did not look nice going on my lips. Liquid lipstick, lip products just did not apply nicely on top of it, and I didn't want to deal with just having not nice looking lips for a few months while I finish this product up. That just doesn't seem worth it to me. That being said, it's an inexpensive product, but even if it was expensive, I put on makeup to feel more confident, it's an enjoyable process for me. I don't want to put on something that's going to make me look bad, that makes me not want to reach for a product. That just seems pointless to me, and that's not the point of project paying to me, is to use up every single makeup item I've ever purchased. It's to use up things that I love, that I enjoy, that are kind of getting older in my collection, or I just want to get used to them for some other reason. So pulling the primer out, it didn't really, I'm happy to pull it out. That being said, I was still working on the plumper. So trying to show you my progress without ruining everything else, this was the primer. And as you can see, there's very little progress going on, and I decided to take it out so there's no more lines. This is the plumper. So when we first put in the project, it was all the way up there. First update, second update, and I have actually finished it. So it was quite substantial when I put it in. And as you can see, it is completely flush with the packaging. This is just the plastic, so then I rolled that part down. There really is no more usable product. I don't love it enough to dig into it by any means. I'm really happy that I was able to finish this up. And now this is considered empty, even though the primer's still there. Like I said, it's not something I'm going to use, so might as well just move it on to my empties. And the last product I finished up, which may be surprising, is the Cinique Melon Pop. This is a primer plus lip color. It is completely flat. Again, this is the packaging, so when you roll down the plastic part, this is where usable product is, and it is completely flush with the packaging. I only rolled this in at the last update, so as you can see, that was the starting point, and in these 3 months, I have completely used it up. If you watched that last update when I rolled this in, you might have heard me say that I didn't really love how this product looked all the time. And how I actually use this up is that I would layer it. I would layer it with my lip balm. I layered it with pretty much every single lip color I wore for the past 3 months, except when I was traveling, but I was wearing this all the time, putting it on every morning to kind of just add a little bit of something to the lip color that I was already wearing. And I really enjoy doing that, layering a bunch of lip products, because one, you get to use more of them, two, you can still pan stuff while still touching everything in your collection. So I just really love the idea of layering, and then you get a custom lip and you really can make it tailor to the rest of your look. Lip is like the last thing I do. I love playing with lips, and depending on my eye or the occasion or like the face makeup, I like to be able to customize my lip to that situation. So sometimes, even though I have a large selection, being able to kind of manipulate a few different things to get that perfect look is what I love about lip products. Next, for the remaining items that are still in this project, from the very beginning, I have had the I Heart Essence Eyeshadow Intensifying Eye Base, and I had never really used this before I put it into the project. The markings kind of wore off, but I was looking at pictures and I believe this is where they were. So the first update I really used a lot, which made me think the product wasn't, like, the container isn't 100% full when you get it. And I only made a little bit of update to the first update. The second update, I couldn't make a new marking. I was kind of just like scraping out the sides and everything. And then this is where we are for the third update. The sides are basically completely scraped. I just took out the stopper today, so I really can't get too much product left on here. There is a bit of a chunk up here, which I feel like I can get, and maybe reaching down in here, but the wand only goes like maybe a millimeter further, so I'm not really sure how I'm going to get the rest of that product out. I might try to store it upside down to see if I can bring some of the product to the top. I feel like I will finish this in the next 6 weeks. Regardless, I probably will get rid of it because that means I will have been using it for a full year. I love putting eyeshadow primers into these types of projects just because I do have quite a few, which is something I will never do again. But I first got into makeup, you're buying up everything, and then you realize you got a lot of stuff. I feel like a lot of us might have found ourselves in this situation, maybe just me. So I have quite a few eyeshadow primers, and I feel like focusing in on one, really using it, like, I definitely feel like I have got my money's worth out of this. I will definitely continue to use it to the end of the year, but I feel like working on a product for a whole year, especially with doe foot applicator, you're putting it in and out, like, the idea of it being a year of opening, continuous, like, open close, I feel like that is a safe time to kind of move out of a product, but I feel like it also takes me about a year to use one up, so pretty good idea to put these in year-long projects for me. And the next item I put in at my first update, and that is the Benefit Porefessional. So when I first put it in the project, it was up here. And then the first update for it was here, and I was a little worried. And then here we are all the way here. So between one update to the next, I've used quite a bit, and that is 3 months. So I feel like 6 weeks, I'm not sure if I can finish it. I would love to see this product out of my collection. Once again, this is one of the oldest primers in my collection. It was definitely very slow going, but I have started to use a bit more product, and I am really liking the results. So I think I actually feel like a lot of this movement has happened in the last maybe few weeks when I have started to change up how I am applying it. So, I mean, I know this seems lofty for 6 weeks, but maybe, I can't believe it's taken me, like, when did I must roll this into the project? Like, March-ish, April? And it's taken me this long. Like, I go through primers so slowly, so I would love to see another one out of my collection before the end of the year. So hopefully that can happen. These next two items I have been marking on my paper. This is the Annabelle Perfect Cream Blush in Light Berry. It's a bit of a darker blush. And when I roll it up, before we hit the plastic, ooh, this is all I have left. That is actually such a small amount. I am so proud. So just for you to see, I wanted to show you that before I show it to you on the paper. So this is the blush right here. When we started, it was all the way up here. Progress had been pretty slow going. And this last second update to third update, I've seen so much progress, which makes me really feel like I can finish off this little amount in 6 weeks. And I have changed up my application method. Also, between first to second update, you don't see a lot of progress, and that's because we were in summer, and I just really wasn't reaching for this because of the tone and color of the blush. I just felt like it was too dark, and I wanted to wear like peachy blushes. But I said that I feel like I could get a lot more use of it if I started putting it under my foundation. And since making that video, I've really made a conscious effort to put this on before I put on foundation. So I am wearing it today, but I am also wearing a powder blush on top, which I love doing, so I am getting use out of multiple items in my collection. And I really love how this looks under blush. Sorry. I really like how this looks under foundation, and then when you put that blush on top, I really love how it looks. So I'm so excited that I found a way to really utilize this, get the most out of it, and also, like, it is a cream product, so they do go bad faster. So I feel like to actually be using it and getting, like, basically that use out of it is really exciting. Next is the collection Speedy highlighter in Pearl Sheen, and this is how much I've left. I put both this and the cream blush in the project at the very beginning. I've been using them, and the highlighter, even though it started out more, just seemed to be going so much faster than the blush, and I was really concerned, but it kind of seems like things have reversed this update. So here we have the cream highlighter, and like I said, you can see it started off higher than the blush, and the updates seem to be progressing a lot faster, but I seem to have stayed out and the highlighter is now more than the blush. So I'm not 100% sure if I am going to be able to finish that before the end of the year. I do use it on my cheekbones and under my brow to give it a bit more life. I don't know if I need to I apply this after foundation, so I don't know if I would, and then I put a powder highlighter on top. I love highlighter. I'm going all in with the highlighter every day of my life. So I'm not sure how I can get more use of this. I don't want to just overuse it or really put it on if it's not actually going to make much of a difference to my appearance. I don't feel like just layering a product on to see the use is really getting the use out of the product if it's not going to change the appearance, if you know what I mean. I feel like that would just be wasteful. I don't want to be wasteful with my makeup. I just want to actually use it and go through it and enjoy it. So if I don't finish this before the end of the year, it would be a little bit disheartening, but I'm sure that I would finish up quickly within 2020. So it's not the worst thing. I know that I am using it every day I do makeup pretty much, so I'm happy with that. This Annabelle black eyeliner, I feel like this will be with me until the end of my life. This is a rollover from my 2018 year-long project pan. It did not make much progress there. It's getting a little better here, but as you can see, this is quite a substantial amount for eyeliner I've been working on for a year. I know. I don't know how people go through eyeliners quickly. That is not me. And it's sharpenable, so I feel like you're supposed to be able to go through this faster than mechanical ones. I don't know, maybe I don't sharpen it often enough, but it works, so why would I sharpen it? I don't know. I don't know. So to show you the progress. So here you have it. I did mark it from the bottom of the paper. So our intro to first update, second update to third, I definitely have used a lot. I have so much to go. I know this is not going to be something I finish in 2019, but I'm happy to see that at least I'm starting to really make some good progress on it. And I think I've started to find a way that I really like using it, which is really great. I don't love putting black in my lower lash line. I just think it kind of closes off my eye and makes it look too dark. I love using it in my waterline on the top, but sometimes I feel like it transfers to the bottom, which kind of goes the whole closing off the eye thing. But I finally think I found a way to wear it without transferring to the lower lash line. So what you have to do is, I wear nude on my lower lash line, so you put the nude on, and then you have to wait 5 minutes. Usually I put the nude eyeliner on before I do my eye makeup, then I'll do the eyeshadow, and then I'll go in with this and do the waterline at the top. And because the nude eyeliner on the bottom has dried, there isn't as much transfer when your eyes close. So figured that one out recently. It only took me all year, maybe 2 years. Anyways, I figured it out though, so I feel like I'm going to be going through this a lot faster and loving how my lashes look, because I just feel like when you put it on the upper lashes, your lashes just look so much thicker and voluminous, which I love that look. So I'm really happy, found a way to do it without closing my eyes off. Finally! And speaking of that nude eyeliner, I am using the Rimmel Scandaleyes in Nude, I think it's called. And this is it! It's so itty bitty! Can we appreciate how teeny tiny this is? I am feeling good. So to show it to you on the paper, this is the Rimmel Scandaleyes. So I definitely, how much I have is about how much I've used. But that's been 11 months. So I don't know about finishing it before the end of the year. You can see I was a little worried between first update and second update, but second update to third, I definitely have been really using it. And even though I have this much product left to the end of the pencil, I know the product from when I've seen other YouTubers, it doesn't go all the way down to the bottom. So I'm not entirely sure when it'll stop, if it'll stop closer to here. I mean, obviously there's a certain point where you can't sharpen it anymore because it won't fit in the sharpener and be able to turn. But I also feel like product doesn't go all the way to the bottom, so maybe here, I don't know, which also does not seem doable for the end of the year given the progress I have been making, but I'm so excited to see how small it's getting and to see how much use I've been getting out of it. It is very exciting. I've never finished up a sharpenable eyeliner before, so this would be really cool. And like I said, even though there's only 6 weeks left to the end of the year, I do want to roll in some items. So I finished up 4 items, which means I am rolling in 4 more. First thing I'm rolling in, you can't really mark progress on, that's fine because I'm confident that this will be done in 6 weeks. This is the Makeup Academy Pro Base Prime and Conceal Correcting Cream, and this is in the shade Peach. And so I use this as an under eye corrector. I really, really like it. I actually took the stopper out last week, so it's already there's 2 mils in this product to begin with. I've taken the stopper out. We're really scraping the sides to try to get stuff out. This is the one coming out. You can see there's really not much product. And just because I've taken the stopper out, I don't want it to dry out. I want to remind myself to use it. This is definitely a gimme product, but I was I mean, there's 6 weeks left. I can't put so many challenging things in here. I gotta give myself some hope. So I know that this is something that I already would have finished had I not put in this project, so definitely a gimme, but I really happy if I can finish this, and I think I will, so it'll help me edge that way towards the 10 I'm aiming for. This next one is the Mario Badescu facial spray. This is with the Aloe, Herbs, and Rosewater one, and I do only have a little bit left, but I've had this little bit left for maybe like 6 months. This is the thing, I get close to something, and if it's not in a project, it just sits there. Like, I love this. I don't think it really helps prolong the wear of my makeup, but I feel like it really does help kind of meld everything together. And lately I've been using this mattifying setting spray, which like makes my face feel so dry. I don't know if it's because I'm using like a pretty full coverage foundation today with a mattifying powder and then a mattifying setting spray, but it just feels like so like, which is weird for someone with oily skin. So maybe I should leave that one for the summer. And then this I feel like is perfect for this time of year where I don't need something that is going to like really mattify me. Like, we're in that time of year where my oils aren't like super crazy. This next product might look familiar. It is the Rimmel Lasting Finish 25-Hour Comfort Serum, but this is in the shade 10 Light Porcelain. And the shade I just finished up is a little bit too dark. This one's a little too light, so I was mixing them together, but it was in a ratio of like 2 of these to 1 of these. So I definitely finished this one a lot faster. This one is still too light to wear. I am wearing it today, but I am wearing it mixed in with the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. So I'm just trying to mix it into things, make little concoctions with it. And that has brought me all the way down here. And I mean, I know there's not a lot left in here. And I think, again, like this is something I probably would have finished up had I not put in this project. But then it's like, well, there's 6 weeks left. So you kind of got to put things in that are like not crazy amounts of product. And because this isn't something I wear on my own, I definitely wanted to encourage myself to continue to reach for this, continue to mix in and make those types of concoctions where this is a product I'm getting use out of so I can finish it up before the end of the year. And the last product, which is definitely the most challenging one I'm rolling in, is this e.l.f. lip crayon in the shade Natural. And I am wearing it on my lips today, but I am wearing it mixed in with something else. So I just have this over top. And kind of like how I was using the Clinique one, just my concept is kind of just to like add this in on to every day, pretty much whatever I wear. And this is how much I have left. So definitely quite a bit of product going on. I took this with me when I was traveling in September, October, and I actually got so much use out of it. Like, before that trip, it was probably to the top right here. And I'm going to roll it down for you, and hopefully you can see how much of this product I have used. Like, it is, you can't even see it. Like, it looks like it's about that deep in there. And it was at the very top when it started. So I've already used up quite a bit of it. So I know this is a product I enjoy. It's something I've had for a bit of a longer time. So I really want to get some use out of it. I have marked it on this paper. So as you can see, like, very long. This is the product we have. So this is the starting point. This is where it would be flush with the packaging. So that's a lot. I'm not sure if that is 6 weeks worth of use. That is possible because, again, it's something I feel like I would have to mix in. I do like it on its own, which is great, and I definitely feel like if I reapply a few times, like, maybe it could happen. So that's probably the most challenging product I am rolling in. If you want to see how all of this ends for me and if I meet my goal of finishing off 10 of these products, especially the ones that have been here since the beginning, then make sure you subscribe and so you can see my finale at the end of the year. And if you like project pans, then you should definitely subscribe to this channel because I have another project pan video coming out this week, and then I have my roulette pan collab, which is the 23rd, so that is still an ongoing project I have. So if you like project pans, then make sure you subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great day or night wherever you are. Bye!